Welcome to the Know, I'm Mica.
And I'm Gus.
Grinding is a part of lots of games, right? If you want to have a badass character, you've got to put in the time and effort to kill a bunch of enemies, slowly level up, and eventually unlock all the skills that allow you to become some ass-kicking god. It's all part of the fun, right?
Well, when it comes to the upcoming Star Wars Battlefront 2, some of the grinding requirements sparked a major fan revolt just days before the game is set to release.
But it's fine. You know, it's not like people started sending death threats or anything.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Fans who got an early look at the game said that it took dozens and dozens of hours to unlock some of the most popular heroes and villains. And that prompted a response from EA who basically told them that grinding is just a part of the fun, my dudes, which didn't go over well, like, at all.
Yeah, that's putting it mild. The controversy exploded online over the weekend with tons of fans calling for boycotts of the game, and then on Monday, EA did a quick reversal and drastically reduced the amount of grinding required to unlock the game's top heroes and villains, but we'll get to that in a second.
Okay, so here's a little bit of background first. Battlefront 2 isn't officially out until Friday, but early access gamers have been playing the game since last week, and that's where we got some reports about some pretty wild grinding requirements for unlocking some of the most popular heroes and villains.
For example, if you wanted to play as Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader, you know, because it's Star Wars, they each cost 60,000 credits to unlock. Now you're asking yourself, how long does it take to get 60,000 credits? Well, one poster on the Star Wars Battlefront subreddit crunched the numbers and discovered that it takes about 40 hours of gameplay to unlock one of those characters. Like a full work week.
Yeah, just a full work week of nothing but grinding. Doesn't that sound great?
Fun!
Yay! That sparked a ton of angry posts with another player asking in a separate thread, seriously, I paid $80 to have Vader locked? That player said they wanted a refund, writing, this age of microtransactions has gone way too far. Leave it to EA, though, to stretch the boundaries.
That post got more than 61,000 upvotes and even prompted a response from EA's community team account who wrote, the intent is to provide players with a sense of pride and accomplishment for unlocking different heroes. As for cost, we selected initial values based upon data from the open beta and other adjustments made to milestone rewards before launch. Among other things, we're looking at average per player credit earn rates on a daily basis, and we'll be making constant adjustments to ensure that players have challenges that are compelling, rewarding, and of course, attainable via gameplay.
And the internet proceeded to take a historically large dump on that response. I mean, just huge. It was downvoted so hard that it set a record for being the most downvoted post in Reddit history with more than 360,000 downvotes.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's impressive. Then, of course, since this is the internet and we can't have nice things and people love their pitchforks and their torches, death threats ensued and the post was locked.
At this point, it's worth looking into how the progression systems work in Battlefront 2. First off, there are credits which you can earn from playing matches, completing milestone challenges, or getting duplicate items like star cards. You use credits to open loot crates, and it's important to note that credits are the only way to unlock hero and villain characters. Then there are crystals, which you can get by completing milestone challenges or purchasing with real money, and crystals also open loot crates.
Then there are crafting parts that you get from playing matches, completing milestone challenges, or opening loot crates.
Of course.
You use them to make new star cards or upgrade existing ones. And speaking of star cards, those are how you increase your character's strength, and they give you class-specific abilities. Star cards vary from common to epic, and you get them from, you guessed it, open and loot crates.
Speaking of loot crates, they contain a variety of things from emotes to weapons, star cards, and credits. If you get duplicate items, of course. And while you can't unlock heroes directly by paying, you can definitely amass more credits the more loot boxes you buy.
Which reminds me of Overwatch, you can't directly purchase gold, but if you get duplicates, you get gold. So, I mean, we've seen this before.
Right.
Doesn't make people less angry. As for the hero and villain unlock system, while it can't be bypassed directly by paying real money, the length of the grind still really annoyed some gamers on the Battlefront subreddit, who compared it to releasing Dragon Ball Z game and, you know, not being able to play as Goku. So fair.
All of this controversy apparently got noticed at EA and DICE because one of the Battlefront 2 developers, Dennis Brownvall, responded to the controversy in another post on the subreddit. He stressed that the locked heroes and villains can only be unlocked with credits, not crystals that you can pay real money for. He added, the heroes, similar to the locked weapons for troopers, are side grades instead of upgrades. Darth Vader should be on similar power level as Darth Maul, etc. The goal is to keep you playing for a long time and have something cool to look forward to as you earn credits.
Then he added that the rate at which you can earn credits could possibly be tweaked in the future. He wrote, we're constantly evaluating and tweaking the earn rates versus the cost of crates and heroes. The current rates were based on open beta data, but you should expect us to constantly evolve these numbers as we hit launch and onwards.
Open beta data sounds like a great band name.
Beta data.
Open beta data. And it looked like they tweaked those numbers sooner than expected. Late in the day on Monday, EA basically said, our bad, we'll fix it. In a post, the game's executive producer wrote that they were reducing the amount of credits needed to unlock the top heroes by 75%. Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader will now be available for 15,000 credits, Emperor Palpatine, Chewbacca, and Leia Organa for 10,000 credits, and Iden at 5,000 credits. So if it's like a quarter, that's 10 hours instead of 40 hours.
Ooh, that still sucks. Yeah. They added, based on what we've seen in the trial, this amount will make earning these heroes an achievement, but one that will be accessible for all players. Oh, and they announced a special Reddit AMA on Wednesday with some leads on the Battlefront 2 team. And we're pretty sure that fans will have a lot of things to say now, won't they?
I guarantee it won't be the most downvoted AMA of all time.
Oh my god, maybe they'll set a new record.
Let's talk about Rampart. All of this comes as EA is getting a lot of heat from gamers over a perception that it values microtransactions and multiplayer games over everything else. EA recently announced that it was canceling Visceral's Star Wars game and closing down the studio, and in that statement it sure sounded like EA didn't have a lot of time for what it called linear single-player experience.
And this isn't even the first controversy around Battlefront 2. I remind you, all of this anger is for one game. Players were previously upset when they discovered that loot boxes in the beta had character progression items, which prompted a tweak from EA. And again, all of this is happening before the game's even officially released. It comes out on Friday, you guys.
Well, what do you guys think of EA changing the unlock requirements for heroes and villains in Battlefront 2? Did they finally get it right? Could all of this been avoided in the first place? Let us know in the comments.
And for all of your EA Battlefront news and loot boxes, all of the loot boxes, be sure to like this video, and if you are new around here, subscribe to the know.
Jar Jar Binks is still 60,000 credits though.
Okay, good. He should be more.
He should be 1 million credits. So no one fucking plays as Jar Jar Binks. Leave it to EA to...
He saw us recording. I don't know why he slammed the door like that.
Milestone challenges or opening loot crates.
Of course.
You use them to make new star cards or update...